Aiyuk Doghouse demolition.
Let's go.
Had a good game. What do you think about the arc of Brandon Aiyuk's second season?
I think we're buying low right now. He's had it. He's in that Jamar Chase preseason type of thing right now, right? Only his played out in the beginning of the season. 4 for 45, not amazing numbers, but when needed, he did what he needed to do. He moved the chains whenever the ball was thrown at him. He had, I looked at a couple of plays where his moves off the line, in the thread, we did some analysis, and off the line, his moves off the line were a lot better this week than it was in the previous weeks. He had the good juke move to get off and hit the slant to get the TD. I mean, he showed his 2020 self.
His talent for sure.
And that's why, the Doghouse demolition. I mean, hopefully this starts it, right? Hopefully this starts, that mindset of Kyle getting more trust in him, putting him in more opportunities. And you can almost feel like this to me, like as the game progresses, you can almost feel Kyle kind of succumbing to the pressure that, everyone has been saying in terms of get Aiyuk the ball, show him some love. You could see him kind of get him more involved. And I think that spoke to me more. I mean, that spoke to me more than, Aiyuk's on-field, stats. I think the fact that he's starting to get back into that trust relationship with Kyle, trust relationship with Jimmy, and kind of being, you could kind of see his confidence also getting where it probably needs to be in order for him to get out there. And he said, after the game and in some other articles that I read, that he's prepared regardless. He's kind of getting, whether it's true or not, he's putting himself in that mindset where I don't really care about stats. I want to go out there and win, and I'm going to give it all during practice, and then I'm going to show up during the game. So I think hopefully this is a turning point for him. The W is great. It gives you that confidence. But I think personally for Aiyuk, let's blow that doghouse up. And hopefully that Kyle is now seeing that, yeah, I can do some good things with this guy again.
I think it's pretty clear that Aiyuk performs in games. He's been a good punt returner all year, which shows that he's a terrific athlete. He's making guys miss every time he returns the ball, and he's just not getting that many opportunities because of the routes they're making him run are mostly downfield things. I think he's always had it, and I think with the reason that he was in the doghouse to begin with is Kyle's trying to create like a New England Patriot-style culture on the Niners. He's been there 5 years, and he's held certain players to certain standards the whole time, and it matters how you practice. First of all, you have to practice, and you have to practice hard. And if someone out practices you, then that person gets rewarded on game day. And that's how the Patriots do things. And that's what Kyle's trying to do. And you can understand it. And it's commendable to an extent. But I guess what Kyle is painting himself into a corner here is he needs Aiyuk to quote unquote earn it for him to maintain credibility among the other players. You held me to the standard and you're going to throw it away for Brandon Aiyuk, who's 23. What about us? We went to the Super Bowl. And now I understand it. So I guess Kyle needed to put it in a certain way where certain context where Aiyuk earned it. And there's all these different ways to track performance in practice, how hard you run, how fast you run. You're I guess all the players know who's doing better. So if Sanu is getting higher marks or whoever, that's who they have to go with. So I guess what Kyle said is like, he's earned it. That's how he's trying to frame it. Okay, whatever. Great. Well, now you need to reward him then with more targets because I feel like he earns it every time he's on the field. He just may not earn it on Wednesdays or whatever.
Yeah. No, Allen Iverson, right?
Look, practice is important again, but
practice is important.
A lot of other coaches aren't as dogmatic and as strict. I don't think Pete Carroll freaking cares. He's going to get his best players on the field on Sunday, one way or another.
Yeah, and this goes back to I think a couple of things. Aiyuk, I think maybe he went into that slump, like, hey, I did great in 2020, and now I can kind of take a little bit of like a little.
I got this.
A little easy. I got it.
I got this.
I'm the man. I'm good.
Yeah.
Get me in on Sunday. I think he got that maybe in the mentality. Can't argue against these people that are getting paid millions to make the right psychological moves. But at the same time, this guy's a top draft pick. You've invested a lot in him. I'm sure there's pressure coming from all regards to say, let's prove this guy out. You need to kind of establish faith that yes, this pick from Lynch and the brass was good. I need to put him in games. And we need to see that he can actually perform based on the fact that he has performed. If this was a guy that wasn't performing last year after the pick and you're like, I'm going to keep throwing bad money on a bad thing, good money on a bad thing, then that would be something different. But the guy's performed. He's got talent. Let's go. Free Aiyuk. Hashtag
Also, I think what also is happening here is this is a quarterback wide receiver issue. If the quarterback liked throwing to the wide receiver, he'd get the ball. But you got to remember that Jimmy didn't play a lot last year, and Aiyuk did. And he got a lot of his production with Nick Mullins and CJ Beathard. And he didn't really develop that type of chemistry relationship with Jimmy Garoppolo, and they still haven't. I mean, I guess they're getting closer, but they still haven't. And I guess there's a lot of reasons for it. And who knows where that relationship is. All I know is I saw Brandon Aiyuk just walk off the field after Jimmy Garoppolo's second touchdown. Something to keep in mind. He can't throw himself the ball, and Jimmy Garoppolo gets to choose who gets it.